Here we go. A couple of months ago, a video began to trend on the internet, all through social media. We all watched this video of the little boy that was telling his mother to calm down. Calm down, mommy, calm down. What some of us didn't know was that the event around that little boy was a prophecy for Nigeria, somehow giving us a lesson in crisis management. Something was going to happen afterward in Nigeria, that boy's event was more of a prophetic instruction to us. But when it came, we all laughed, we all found it funny, and we were excited about it. Some argued, some said this is outright child abuse. Others said, oh, get over it, you're too uptight, this is just family having fun. Now, I'm coming up with a totally different angle. My angle is, it was prophetic. Now, I'm going to break down to you in a jiffy, short while why I think it was prophetic. Calm down. Don't be in a hurry. I'm in this together with you. Why was it so important for it to be released months before the present crisis we have now? And some of the things that some of you have to figure out. There's no error with God. Everything God knows ahead of time. He speaks to us in different ways and form. But unfortunately, sometimes our ears are not open to understand how he talks. So here's how this one goes. The mother of this little boy, right, represents the larger masses. I know you probably say, oh, maybe the mother represents the government. No, listen. The mother represents the larger masses. The bigger picture, the country, the entire nation. The people itself is bigger than the government. The boy in that story represents the government, the ruling class. They are the smallest, they are the smaller chunk of the society, right? But they're in charge of the larger chunk, per se, in this case now. When you watch that video, the boy was in charge of the conversation. The boy was controlling the dialogue. The boy was handling the narrative, right? Good. So the boy is in charge. The mother is a bigger person. The mother is, when you say the people that make the government, the boy comes out of the mother. So the mother represents the people, and the mother represents the nation, while the little boy, the calm down boy, is the government. You get to where I'm getting to now. Now, what happened in that situation is this, that the people find out that the government is doing something wrong. And when the people find out that the government is doing something wrong, the people become dissatisfied with the actions of the government as concerning certain matters. Things they ought not to do because it's wrong. They broke the law. But somehow, they thought they were going to get away with it. So the people decided to protest. They pick up their whip. Their placards. They went out there saying, we disagree with police brutality, we disagree with injustice and inequity, we disagree with tribalism, ethnicity, and nepotism. We disagree with the absence of fairness, right? We disagree with the imbalance in the society. We disagree with the stealings and the craftiness and the cheatings. We disagree with the debt, the unjustifiable debt of Nigerian youth. We disagree with the exploitation that's going on. So now it looks like the people are about to whip the government. Now listen, they haven't even whipped the government. They're just saying, we've got a cane in our hand and we are out to deal with you guys. Now, what is the message in here? This event itself tend to happen in Lagos. Do you understand that? This event itself tend to happen in Lagos. Where did you have the core of the NSAS protest? In Lagos. So if you have actually taken the message record, you would know there's a signal point in Lagos as concerning these matter and these issues. Lagos was the seat of this very information and this revelation. So Lagos is the ground zero. The government should know Lagos is the ground zero, not Abuja. Lagos is the ground zero, not even River State. Lagos is the ground zero. Now, another person is in the picture. When this video began to trend, there was somebody who bought into this video almost immediately. Guess who the person was? Sanwo-Olu, if I pronounced it right. Pardon me if I didn't. The governor of Lagos State. He invited the calm down boy, but didn't learn the calm down lesson. Well, to be very fair with him, he almost did learn the calm down lesson, because he actually tried as much as he could to use the calm down principle. So he invited the calm down boy to the government house where he could get lectures of how the government can calm down situations. But he probably didn't have enough knowledge of how long he needs to endure with patience to really win the conversation. And so he lost it in the real case. But having invited the calm down boy, you should have known Lagos is the ground zero, and Sanwo-Olu, you are that man that this message somehow to also affect, and the rest of the people in power right up to Abuja. Now it's a clean, clear, court, precise, explicit information. But we missed it because we were lost in the form of it. So the mom says, you did something wrong and I need to reform you. You need to be reformed. You need to change. You need to not do that again. You need to do it differently. And guess what the young boy said? The young boy said, Mommy, calm down. The government hasn't learned the principle of calming down situations how it really should be. One simple lesson was pushed across to us quite early, rich in information enough for them to know when this whip is lifted against you, all you've got to do is find a way to calm the people down. You cannot calm the people down with the bullets. The boy can't just pick up a cup of water and throw on Mommy and say, I needed a shot, calm. No. He needs to be diplomatic. He began to speak in such logical, diplomatic way. He's a diplomatic man. The young man is a diplomat. He said, listen, calm down, relax. You know, now he was panicking. He was sad. It wasn't like he was having fun. He was emotional. Our government had that panic, that emotion, that sadness, that fact that, yes, we probably have messed up. Yes, they did. But what they didn't have was the diplomacy of sticking with the dialogue and continuing to just say, calm down. They got so many information from their party people, their followers, and their regional people who told them, this is about to kick you out of power. Haven't you seen what happened to Gaddafi? Didn't you see what happened to Mubarak? Didn't you see what happened to, and so they panicked, and in that panic, they lost the calm down message. And then they rolled out the big guns, and then they destroyed everything. They didn't learn a thing from the message that went ahead on how to properly manage such situation. They missed it right there at the spot, and they got it wrong completely. So what lessons do we have to learn from this? This young man won. He won the diplomacy. With the diplomacy, he won the mom over. He won his way into the state house. He won his way into hearts of thousands of Nigerians and people around the world. They watched the video and saw him trend. He became the calm down guy. Now, nobody's talking about what that young boy probably had done wrong. Nobody wants us to ask about that. What everybody's interested in is his ability to control the situation, de-escalate matters, and take something that would have been very severe if mismanaged, to something that becomes a general national fun. Everybody happy, all settled, all solved, family get together, things go as planned. Now, did we learn anything from that? The prophecy of that context, of that event, stared us in the face when we continue to say, don't disrupt a peaceful protest. Don't charge on them. Don't start throwing things at mommy. Don't start hitting back at the people. All you've got to do is find a way in your diplomacy to simply say, calm down. It might take long. Unfortunately, I don't understand why the people in Nazareth were laughing when Sanyolu took the calm down message to them, that this is exactly what the people want to do to calm situations down, and they went, how? They chuckled. But then, they were not really committed to calming things down. They believed that they could solve all problems by brute force, and brute force just doesn't work all the time. And today, you got more bloodstains, you've got more deaths, more sorrow, and guess what? More angry people. Now, if we all unleash our anger the way it is inside of every one of us, we'll get another crisis in our hands, more than we can ever imagine. So what do we think we do now? I think at this point in time, we have to go back again and revisit the calm down message, where each and every one of us know we're so seriously angry about what's going on, but we need to really calm down. So, I probably haven't gone in every aspect of the video to lay everything all out as it is. You might ask your questions, you might draw your analogy, you might link up. But if we all took that message and took that word as a prophetic warning sign, we would have applied that to the Nigerian situation when the people raised the placards. And we would have said, rather than beginning to go tough and rough, why don't we stick and stay on with the diplomacy and continue to dialogue? As long as the people out on the streets were peaceful, were organized, were just simply making their demands, and the demands were honest, why don't we just stick with diplomacy and keep the guns out of this? Maybe we would have saved lives on all sides. So whoever it is that actually started introducing cutlasses and machetes and sticks, smashing cars, burning vehicles, attacking protesters, and all of those things into the picture is most definitely one of the persons that didn't understand the calm down message. I understand how frustrating it could be, but we sure need to calm down. Now, we the people at this point in time still have the whip in our hands. And I can tell you that, listen, the government might have the army and the soldiers with their big guns, but the people are the people. We're still the mommy, we are still the mothers, we're still mama. We're still the ones with the cane. And they know it. No nations in this world can really stand the full revolt of its people. Doesn't matter how tribal support. Listen, every dictator that was ever gotten out of power had some level of support, had support somehow from some aspects of the military, had some support from some security agents, had support for their governments, had the support of their party, had the support of their tribe and their region where they came from. Go read the history. Every one of them, Saddam Hussein to Gaddafi to maybe Mubarak, and you could just go read the history. There are no leaders who don't. Even Hitler had support. So the fact that some persons are standing by you doesn't mean that you're stronger than the people. The people are still in charge. You're the boy, we're the mother. You came from us, we gave birth to you. The people gave birth to you. So now that we say you did something wrong, don't go shouting, holding and rolling out the dogs and say, attack mommy. Calm down. It's frustrating with a lot of anger out there, but the calm down message is indispensable. We all have to take it. So I'm Steward Godwin Jornsen, HMBC in His Name Bible Church. I'm always with you out here. Ask your questions. And maybe somehow I'll pick a few of the events that have happened in Nigeria and tell you what God was trying to tell us from those incidents. We laughed about some, but I've gone back to look at a few of them, and I've actually seen that some of them were much more than just dramas, they were voices. Right. So now you know, and I'm sure perhaps if the government have to hear this, they will know too. They really should calm down. The army should calm down. The police, calm down. The people, calm down. The youths, the nation, calm down. It's a simple appeal. It came to us all a long while ago. And in case we missed the message, I just came to remind you, the message is still very much valid for this time, even now. Calm down. It's going to be all well again. We will get our country, and believe it or not, everything that we have as our desire for the reformation of the police and the reformation of this country and the restoration of this country, believe you me, it doesn't matter how long it takes, we will have it. As long as Nigeria is concerned. Doesn't matter how long it takes and we stay, I tell you, we will have it. It's going to come. It's a desire. Nothing's going to change it. If we don't have it in our time, our children, no, we will have it. There's no way the country can continue the way it is now without that enforced change. There is just no way. It's never going to happen. So thank you very much for listening to me, or this little, I won't call it rambling, that I've just put out to you today. It's about calm down. Just calm down. Right. Cool. So see you next time, and God bless you.